My beloved daughter, do you know the power you carry? Do you understand the authority I have placed in your hands? The prayers of a mother are like a shield, a covering, a weapon in the battle for your children's souls. I see your tears. I hear your cries. And I am telling you today, your prayers are not in vain. Remember Hannah? She was barren, mocked by others, her heart heavy with grief. But she did not give up. She poured out her soul before me, praying with such passion that Eli, the priest, thought she was drunk. And what did I do? I answered. I gave her a son, Samuel, who became a mighty prophet, a man of God who led my people. 1 Samuel 1 verses 10 to 20. Do you think I have changed? Do you believe that I no longer hear the prayers of a mother who kneels before me, pleading for her child? No, my daughter, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13 verse 8. I see the battles your children face, the temptations, the confusion, the dangers. I see the world trying to pull them away from me, but I have placed you as a watchman over them. Your prayers are a fortress, a hedge of protection that the enemy cannot easily penetrate. There was once a mother who prayed for her wayward son. He was rebellious, lost in sin, far from my ways. But she never stopped interceding. She wept, she fasted, she called out to me day and night. Years passed, and it seemed like nothing was changing. But I was working. In the unseen, I was moving. And that son? He became one of the greatest theologians of the church, Augustine of Hippo. Because of his mother, Monica, because of her unrelenting prayers, his heart was turned back to me. Your prayers are shaping destinies. Even when you don't see immediate results, know this. I am listening. Every prayer you whisper over your child's bed, every tear that falls when you kneel in secret, every time you call their name before me, I am writing it down. Not a single word is wasted. When the enemy tries to convince you that your prayers don't matter, that nothing is changing, remember my servant Job. He continually offered sacrifices for his children, saying, "Perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." And I saw his faithfulness, Job 1 verse 5. Even in trials, even in loss, Job's prayers were covering over his family. And in the end, I restored everything he had lost, doubling his blessings, Job 42 verse 10. I have given you weapons for this battle. My word is your sword, Ephesians 6 verse 17. Speak my promises over your children. Declare my truth over their lives. Say, no weapon formed against my family shall prosper. Isaiah 54 verse 17. Say, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24 verse 15. Say, the Lord will fight for my children, and I will hold my peace. Exodus 14 verse 14. Do not grow weary. There was a woman who came to Jesus, pleading for her demon-possessed daughter. The disciples wanted to send her away, but she would not be silenced. She fell at Jesus' feet, saying, even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Matthew 15 verse 27. And because of her faith, her daughter was healed. That is the power of a praying mother. A mother who refuses to give up. A mother who storms the gates of heaven on behalf of her children. My daughter, do you hear me? Keep praying. Keep believing. Even if your child has wandered far, I am the God who leaves the 99 to go after the one. Luke 15 verse 4. Even if they are lost in addiction, rebellion, or despair, I am the God who breaks chains, who brings prodigals home, who calls the dead to life. Cover your family in prayer. Speak my word over them, and trust that I am working even now. I am with you. I am for you, and I will never fail you. My beloved daughter, come closer. Listen to my voice. There is something you need to know, something that will change how you see your prayers, how you see your role, how you see the destiny of your family. You are more than a mother. You are more than the one who wakes early to prepare meals, who wipes away tears, who teaches and guides. You are a warrior. You are a spiritual gatekeeper. You are the one I have called to stand on the walls and cry out on behalf of your family. Do you know what happens when you pray? When you whisper my name in the stillness of the night, when you call out in desperation for your children, when you fight on your knees, do you know what is unleashed in the spiritual realm? You shake the heavens. You release angels. You activate my word over your family. Your prayers are not weak. They are not empty words drifting into the air. No, my daughter, your prayers are arrows, piercing through darkness, breaking chains, opening doors that no man can shut. A mother's cry moves heaven. There was once a woman named Jochebed. She lived in a time of great darkness, when Pharaoh had ordered the slaughter of all Hebrew baby boys. Can you imagine her fear, her heartache, the agony of knowing that her child was born under a death sentence? But she did not give up. She did not surrender to fear. Instead, she acted in faith. She placed her baby boy in a basket covered in tar and pitch and set him afloat on the river, entrusting him to my care. And what did I do? I guided that basket to safety. I placed that child in the hands of Pharaoh's daughter. I raised him up to be Moses, the deliverer of my people. Exodus 2, verses 1 to 10. Do you understand, my daughter? Jochebed's prayers covered Moses long before he became a leader. She had no idea that the child she was praying over would one day stand before a mighty empire and declare, "Let my people go." Exodus 5, verse 1. You do not yet see what I am doing through your prayers, but I see it. I see the future of your children. I see the callings upon their lives, the battles they will face, and the victories they will win. And I tell you today, do not stop covering them in prayer. A mother's faith brings miracles. There was another mother, a widow in Zarephath. She had only a handful of flour and a little oil. She was ready to prepare one last meal for herself and her son, and then she expected to die. But I sent my prophet Elijah to her. He asked for food, and she obeyed, even in her lack. And what did I do? I performed a miracle. Her flour never ran out. Her oil never dried up. She and her son lived, sustained by my hand. 1 Kings 17, verses 8 to 16. But the story did not end there. One day, her son became sick. He stopped breathing. Death tried to steal him away, but the mother refused to give up. She ran to my prophet. She cried out in desperation, and I heard her. I used Elijah to raise her son from the dead. 1 Kings 17, verses 17 to 24. Do you understand, my daughter? Your faith will not only sustain your family in times of lack, it will bring resurrection power into their lives. When the enemy tries to steal, kill, and destroy, your prayers will stand as a wall of defense, declaring, "Not my child, not my family. The Lord is our protector, our healer, our deliverer." A praying mother defeats the enemy. There is a war for your family, my daughter. The enemy wants to take them. He wants to fill their minds with lies, their hearts with doubt, their souls with sin. He wants to lead them away from me. But I have given you authority. I have placed my word in your mouth. I have given you weapons that are not of this world. The enemy cannot stand against a mother who knows how to pray. When you declare, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," Joshua 24, verse 15, chains begin to break. When you declare, No weapon formed against my children shall prosper. Isaiah 54 verse 17. Angels are sent to fight on your behalf. When you declare, "The Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." Psalm 91 verse 2. I cover your home with my protection. Do not be silent. Do not be passive. The enemy is relentless, but your prayers are stronger. Your faith is greater, and I am fighting with you. Your prayers will change generations. There was a woman named Eunice, and she had a son named Timothy. She taught him my word. She prayed over him. She raised him in faith, even though his father was an unbeliever. And what did I do? I called Timothy to be a great leader in my church, a faithful servant of the gospel. 2 Timothy 1 verse 5. Do you see? A mother's prayers do not just affect her children. They shape the generations to come. You may not see it now, but your prayers are planting seeds. The child you are praying over today may one day preach my word. The daughter you are interceding for may one day raise up godly children of her own. The family you are covering may one day stand as a testimony of my faithfulness. Your prayers are not just for this moment. They are for eternity, a prayer of blessing over your family. Now, my daughter, lift your hands. Open your mouth. Speak this prayer over your home. Father, I come before you in the name of Jesus, and I declare your promises over my family. I cover my children in the blood of Jesus. I rebuke every attack of the enemy over their lives. I declare that they will walk in your ways, that they will know you, that they will fulfill their divine purpose. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. No plan of the enemy will succeed. I trust you, Lord. I believe that you are working even when I cannot see it. I stand in faith, knowing that you are faithful. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. I am with you always. My beloved daughter, do not grow weary. I know the weight you carry. I know the nights you have cried yourself to sleep. But I am with you. I am holding you. I am strengthening you. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep standing in faith. Your prayers are shaking the heavens. Your prayers are breaking strongholds. Your prayers are covering your family in my power. I will never leave you. I will never fail you. I am with you, now and always. I hear your heart, my beloved daughter. I see your tears, the silent prayers you whisper in the night when no one else is watching. I hear the cries of your soul as you kneel before me, pleading for your children, your family, your home. You are not alone in this battle. You have never been alone. Before you even open your mouth to pray, I am already moving. Before you call, I have already answered. I have seen every sacrifice, every moment of exhaustion, every time you pressed forward even when you felt weak. And I tell you this day, your prayers are not in vain. Every word you have spoken in faith is like a seed planted in the ground, and in due time, it will bear fruit. Do you know the power that is within you? The power I have given you? When you pray, the heavens listen. When you cry out, angels are sent forth. When you declare my promises over your family, chains begin to break in the unseen realm. The enemy trembles when a mother falls to her knees. He fears a woman who knows how to call on my name, for he knows that she is dangerous to his kingdom. He knows that the prayers of a mother can overturn his schemes, can disrupt his plans, can snatch souls from his grip. That is why he tries to discourage you, tries to make you feel as if your prayers are not working. But do not believe his lies, my daughter, for I am working in ways you cannot see. Remember Hannah, the mother who wept in the temple, pouring out her soul before me. She was barren, ridiculed, mocked by those around her. But she did not give up. She did not let despair consume her. She brought her pain to me, And what did I do? I opened her womb and gave her a son, Samuel, a prophet, a mighty man of God who would anoint kings, who would lead my people. Her prayers shaped history. Her faith changed generations. And I tell you today, your faith will do the same. Think of the Canaanite woman who came to Jesus, desperate for her daughter's healing. The disciples tried to turn her away, but she refused to leave without her miracle. She begged, she pleaded, she persisted. And what did Jesus say? "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you desire." And her daughter was healed at that very moment. Do you see, my daughter? A mother's prayers are relentless, unstoppable. They move mountains. They bring healing, restoration, deliverance. I see you praying for your children, even when it feels like they're drifting away. I see you interceding for your home, even when circumstances seem unchanged. But do not stop. Do not let weariness steal your faith. The enemy may be whispering that your prayers are futile, that nothing is happening. But I tell you, every prayer you have ever prayed is stored before me. Not one has been forgotten. Not one has been ignored. And I will answer in my perfect time. When you speak my word over your family, you are building a hedge of protection around them. You are declaring war against the plans of the enemy. You are standing in the gap, just as Esther stood before the king to save her people. You are fighting battles that your children do not even realize are being fought. And I tell you, you're not fighting in vain. You're not speaking into the void. My word will not return to me empty. It will accomplish what I have sent it to do. I see the nights you have wept for your children, the mornings you have woken up with their names on your lips, the moments you have stood in their rooms, laying hands on their pillows, anointing their doorposts with oil, pleading for my presence to fill their hearts. I have collected every tear. I have heard every word. I have seen your heart, and I am moved by your faith. Keep speaking life over them. Keep declaring my promises. Keep believing even when it looks impossible. For what is impossible for man is possible with me. You may not see the full picture now, but I do. I see the enemy's traps, and I break them before they can take hold. I see the temptations that come against your children, and I send my spirit to convict and lead them back to me. I see the battles they will face in the future, and I'm already preparing victories for them. I see their destiny, their purpose, their calling, and I am aligning every step to fulfill it. Your prayers are paving the way for miracles you cannot yet see. There's a generational blessing being established through you. Because of your faithfulness, your family will not be the same. Because of your prayers, chains of addiction will be broken, cycles of sin will be destroyed, generational curses will be replaced with generational blessings. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. What the world tries to steal, I will restore. What looks like loss today will be revealed as victory tomorrow. Your prayers are not just for today. They are shaping eternity. Your children's children will be covered by the prayers you pray now. Just as Timothy was strengthened by the faith of his mother and grandmother, so will your family be strengthened by your faith. They may not understand it now. They may not even acknowledge it. But one day they will look back and see that every victory they walked in was because a mother prayed, because a mother refused to give up, because a mother stood firm in faith when everything else seemed to be falling apart. So I tell you, do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap if you do not give up. Keep pressing forward. Keep standing strong. Keep lifting up your voice. I am the God who hears. I am the God who answers. I am the God who fights for you. When the enemy comes in like a flood, I will raise up a standard against him. When darkness tries to invade your home, my light will shine even brighter. When the enemy whispers that all hope is lost, I will declare that your family is covered, protected, chosen. Your home is not just a house. It is a sanctuary. It is a place where my presence dwells. Your children are not just ordinary. They are marked, called, set apart for my purposes. Do not let the world define them. Do not let the enemy claim them. They belong to me, and I will fulfill my plans for their lives. Lift up your head, my daughter. Stand firm in faith. Keep your eyes on me. The battle is fierce, but you are not alone. The fight is hard, but you have already won. The enemy may roar, but his time is short. Victory belongs to me, and I have given it to you. So, pray without ceasing. Believe without doubting. Stand without fear. Your prayers are shifting things in the heavens. Your faith is moving mountains. Your love is covering your family in ways you cannot even imagine. And I am with you, now and forever. I see you, my daughter. I see the weight you carry, the burdens you bear in silence, the nights you lay awake whispering my name over your family. I know every sigh, every tear, every desperate cry for help when you feel like you have nothing left to give. You think no one notices, but I do. I have always seen you. From the moment you first held your child in your arms, from the first time you prayed over them, I have been with you. Every moment you have spent interceding for them, I have listened. Every prayer you have prayed, I have stored in my heart. You are not alone. You have never been alone. I have called you to stand in the gap, to be a covering, a shield of faith over your family. I have anointed your words, your prayers, your very presence in their lives. You are not just a mother. You are a warrior, a vessel of my power, a light that shines even when the darkness tries to close in. You may feel weak, but my strength is in you. You may feel weary, but I am your rest. You may feel like giving up, but I am the God who renews your spirit. Do not grow weary in well-doing, my daughter. For every prayer you pray, every act of love, every moment you choose faith over fear, it is planting seeds that will bear fruit in time. You have asked me, Lord, when will I see change? When will my prayers be answered? When will my children turn their hearts to you? My answer to you is this: I am working even when you cannot see it. I am moving in ways you do not yet understand. My plans are higher than yours. My timing is perfect, and I will not fail you. Trust me. Trust that I am in control. Trust that I love your family even more than you do. Trust that my hands are upon them, guiding them, leading them, protecting them even in the moments they seem lost. You have prayed for them to walk in my ways, and I have heard you. My word will not return to me void. My promises will not be broken. Your children are mine, and I will never let them go. Remember the mothers before you who prayed and believed, even when everything seemed impossible. Jochebed placed her baby in a basket, not knowing what would happen, only knowing that she trusted me. And what did I do? I raised her son to deliver a nation. Hannah cried in the temple, pouring out her soul before me, and I answered her with a son who would anoint kings. The widow of Zarephath prepared her last meal, thinking all hope was lost, and I sent my prophet to sustain her and her child. Their faith moved mountains. Their prayers changed the course of history. And so will yours. You may not always see immediate results. You may not always feel like your prayers are making a difference. But I promise you they are. Every time you speak my name over your children, you are marking them. Every time you declare my word over your home, you are building a fortress the enemy cannot break. Every time you stand in faith, you are pushing back the darkness that seeks to take hold. Do not let doubt steal your hope. Do not let fear silence your voice. You are not just praying. You are waging war in the Spirit. You are calling forth my will, my power, my kingdom to come upon your family. And I am answering. I see the struggles you face, the battles you fight within your own heart. There are days when you feel unworthy, when the mistakes of your past try to whisper lies into your soul. But hear me now, my beloved, there is no condemnation for those who are in me. I have washed you clean. I have made you new. You are not defined by your past, but by my love. You are not bound by your failures, but by my grace. You do not need to be perfect to be powerful. You only need to be willing, and I will do the rest. There are moments when your faith is tested, when the storms of life seem too strong, when you wonder if you have the strength to keep going. But I remind you today, your strength is not in yourself, but in me. When you are weak, I am strong. When you feel like you cannot take another step, I carry you. When your heart is breaking, I hold it together. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. I am your refuge, your fortress, your ever-present help in trouble. Call on me, and I will answer. Seek me, and you will find me. Trust me, and you will see my goodness. Your prayers are a shield, a covering, a powerful weapon against the enemy's schemes. Do not let the world deceive you into thinking prayer is weak. Prayer is power. Prayer moves mountains. Prayer opens doors no man can shut. Prayer breaks chains and sets captives free. And when a mother prays, all of heaven listens. The angels stand ready to move at my command. The forces of darkness tremble, for they know that a mother's prayers will not be ignored. I have placed within you the heart of a lioness, a spirit of boldness, of faith, of relentless love. Do not hold back. Keep praying, keep believing, keep pressing in. Even when it looks like nothing is happening, I am working. Even when the enemy tries to make you feel defeated, know that victory is already yours. Your family is covered by my blood, sealed by my promises, surrounded by my presence. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. No scheme of the enemy shall prevail. What I have declared over them shall come to pass. Lift your head, my daughter. Stand strong in faith. Keep your eyes on me. The enemy will try to discourage you, but do not listen. The world will try to shake you, but stand firm. You are a daughter of the King, a warrior in my kingdom, a mighty intercessor whose prayers are changing the destiny of generations. Your faith is not small. Your love is not unnoticed. Your sacrifices are not in vain. I am with you always. I have called you, chosen you, equipped you for such a time as this. You do not walk this path alone. My spirit is within you. My word is your foundation. My presence is your strength. No matter what comes, know that I am faithful. I will complete the good work I have started in you and in your family. So rise up, my beloved. Pray without ceasing. Love without fear. Stand without wavering. And watch what I will do. For I am the God who answers, the God who redeems, the God who turns mourning into joy, ashes into beauty, and prayers into miracles. I am with you, now and forever. My beloved daughter, do not grow weary, for I am here. Every tear you have shed in the silence of the night, I have counted. Every time your heart has broken over your children, I have felt it. I see how you rise before the sun, whispering my name, covering your family in prayers that no one hears but me. I see how you war in the spirit, standing against the darkness that tries to consume them. Do you think I have ignored your prayers? Do you believe for a moment that your cries have gone unheard? No, my daughter, I've captured every word, every plea, every desperate call for my mercy. And I tell you now, I am moving. You do not see the full picture, but I do. You wonder if your prayers are making a difference, but I assure you, they are shaking the heavens. The enemy trembles when a mother prays because he knows that her words hold power. When you declare my promises over your children, you are setting a foundation that cannot be broken. When you call upon my name, you summon angels to stand guard around them. When you intercede, you are tearing down strongholds that have held them captive. Do not stop. Do not let weariness steal your faith. Keep pressing in. Keep believing, for I am the God who answers. I know the days have been long, the nights filled with battles you do not speak of. I know the weight upon your shoulders, the fears that creep into your mind, the exhaustion that tells you to give up. But my daughter, you are stronger than you know, not because of your own might, but because I am with you. When you feel weak, lean on me. When doubt whispers in your ear, silence it with my word. When the enemy tries to steal your peace, remember that I have already won the victory. Stand firm, for the battle is not yours but mine. You say to me, Lord, how much longer? How much more must I pray? How long must I wait? And I say to you, my timing is perfect. You do not see what I am doing behind the scenes. You do not see the seeds that have been planted in your children's hearts. You do not see the battles I have already fought on their behalf. But you must trust me. I am working in ways beyond your understanding. I am shaping their destiny, guiding their steps, drawing them toward me even when they seem far away. No prayer is wasted. No moment of faithfulness goes unnoticed. Keep praying. Keep standing. Keep trusting. The world will tell you that prayer is powerless, that your efforts are in vain. The enemy will try to convince you that your children are too lost, that your family is beyond saving. But I say to you, do not believe the lies. I am the God of restoration. I am the God who leaves the 99 to go after the one. I am the God who calls the prodigal home, who turns the hardest hearts back to me, who makes the impossible possible. Your family is not beyond my reach. Your children are not beyond my love. There is no sin too great, no distance too far, no situation too hopeless that I cannot redeem. Think of Hannah, who cried out to me with such desperation that the priest thought she was drunk. She did not give up. She did not stop praying. And I gave her Samuel, a prophet who would anoint kings. Think of the Canaanite woman who begged me to heal her daughter. The disciples wanted to send her away, but her faith would not be denied. And I healed her child. Think of the persistent widow who kept knocking, kept asking, kept believing. Do you see, my daughter? Faith that refuses to quit moves mountains. Prayer that does not stop brings miracles. Your children may wander, but my hand is upon them. Your husband may be distant, but I am working in his heart. Your family may face trials, but I am your refuge. Do not be afraid. Do not let anxiety steal your joy. The enemy wants you to live in fear, to focus on what you see instead of what I have promised. But my word is your anchor. My truth is your shield. Stand on my promises, for they will not fail. When you speak my name over your household, darkness must flee. When you declare my word, chains are broken. When you lift your voice in worship, the atmosphere shifts. Do not underestimate the power you carry. You're not just a mother. You are not just a wife. You are a warrior, a daughter of the Most High, a woman anointed for such a time as this. I know that sometimes you feel unseen. You pour out so much love, so much sacrifice, and wonder if anyone notices. But I see the way you nurture, the way you comfort, the way you give when you have nothing left. I see the quiet moments when you kneel beside your child's bed, whispering prayers they will never remember, but that I will never forget. I see how you fight for them, love them, believe in them when the world tries to pull them away. And I tell you now, none of it is in vain. I am your strength, your refuge, your ever-present help. When you feel like you're drowning, reach for me. When you feel like you are failing, let me remind you that my grace is sufficient. When you feel like no one understands, know that I do. I have called you to this role, and I will equip you for it. I have placed my spirit within you, and I will never leave you. The road will not always be easy, but I will walk with you. The storms will come, but I will be your shelter. The battles will rage, but I have already secured the victory. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your faith in my promises. Keep praying, keep loving, keep trusting. For I am faithful, I am unchanging, and I am with you, now and forever. My beloved daughter, do you know how much I treasure you? Do you understand the weight of your prayers, the power in your voice when you call upon my name? Every time you lift your children before me, you're building a wall of protection around them, a fortress that the enemy cannot penetrate. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the spirit, your prayers are moving mountains. The battles you fight in secret, the moments you whisper my name in desperation, the times you fall to your knees with tears streaming down your face. I see it all. And I tell you, not a single one of your prayers has been wasted. Not a single moment of intercession has been in vain. I am moving, even when it feels like nothing is changing. There are days when you look at your children and wonder if they are listening, if the seeds of faith you have planted in their hearts will ever grow. You have told them about me. You have prayed over them. You have guided them in my ways. Yet sometimes they seem distant, distracted by the world, drawn away by temptations that break your heart. My daughter, do not be discouraged. My word will not return to me void. The seeds you have sown in faith will take root in due time. I am working in their hearts, even when you cannot see it. My spirit is speaking to them, even when they do not acknowledge it. Do not stop praying. Do not stop believing. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son? He walked away from his father, thinking he knew better, believing he could find satisfaction in the world. But what happened? The world left him empty. The world abandoned him. And in the end, he remembered the love of his father. He remembered the home he had left behind. My daughter, I tell you this, no matter how far your child may wander, my love will pursue them. Your prayers are drawing them back to me. Your faith is covering them in ways they do not even understand. Do not lose heart. Keep trusting, keep declaring, keep calling their names before my throne. I know the nights when you have cried out for your family. I know the battles you have faced, the doubts that have tried to creep in, the fears that have whispered that you are not enough. But hear me now, my daughter. You are enough because I am with you. You are strong because my spirit strengthens you. You are able because my grace empowers you. You do not have to carry this burden alone. Give it to me. Lay it at my feet. I will take what is broken and make it whole. I will take what seems lost and restore it. I will take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it for good. The enemy wants to make you feel powerless, but you are not powerless. When you pray, you release my power into your home. When you declare my word, you are speaking life into your family. When you worship, you are shifting the atmosphere, pushing back darkness, inviting my presence to dwell among you. Do not let the enemy silence you. Do not let discouragement steal your voice. Rise up, my daughter. Pray with boldness. Declare my promises with confidence. Stand firm in faith, knowing that I am the God who answers. You wonder if your husband sees the weight you carry, if he understands the prayers you pray for him in secret. You love him, but sometimes it feels like he is distant, like the spiritual battle for his heart is too great. But my daughter, I have not forgotten him. I am working in his heart, softening the places that have grown cold, breaking down the walls that have been built by pain and disappointment. Your prayers for him are not in vain. I am drawing him closer, even when it seems like he is not listening. Keep praying for him. Keep loving him. Keep believing for his transformation. I am the God who restores marriages, who heals wounds, who brings unity where there has been division. Trust me with your husband's heart. I see how hard you work, the sacrifices you make that no one acknowledges. I see the moments you set aside your own desires to serve your family, the nights you go without rest so that your children are cared for. I see the weight of responsibility you carry, and I want you to know you are not alone. I am carrying you. When you feel weak, I am your strength. When you feel unseen, I am the God who sees. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, I pour out my grace upon you. Do not believe the lie that you are insignificant. You are shaping generations. You are raising warriors for my kingdom. You are fulfilling a calling greater than you can imagine. The world does not understand the power of a mother's prayer. The world mocks faith, belittles devotion, and tells you that you should focus on yourself. But I have called you to something greater. I have placed within you a heart that reflects my own, a love that sacrifices, a faith that endures. And I promise you, every moment of obedience, every act of faithfulness, every whispered prayer is storing up treasures in heaven. It is building an inheritance that will outlast you, that will bless your children and your children's children. Do not be weary in doing good. Your labor in the Lord is not in vain. There are battles ahead, but you do not need to fear them. I have already gone before you. There will be moments when the enemy tries to shake your faith, when circumstances seem too overwhelming, when you feel like giving up. But my daughter, hold on. Hold on to my promises. Hold on to my word. Hold on to the truth that I am with you always. No storm can take you from my hands. No trial can separate you from my love. No attack of the enemy can undo the plans I have for your family. You have seen my faithfulness before, and you will see it again. You have witnessed my provision, my protection, my miracles, and I am not done yet. The same God who parted the Red Sea is the same God who walks with you now. The same God who fed Elijah in the wilderness is the same God who provides for your needs. The same God who raised Lazarus from the dead is the same God who is breathing life into your family. Nothing is impossible for me. No situation is too hopeless. No heart is too hardened. No prayer is too small. Keep believing, my daughter. Keep standing in faith. The enemy will try to distract you, to make you think your prayers are ineffective, to discourage you into silence. But I remind you today, when you pray, heaven moves. When you intercede, strongholds are broken. When you lift up my name, demons flee. You are not fighting alone. All of heaven stands with you. Angels are assigned to your household, warring on your behalf, pushing back darkness with every prayer you pray. You are not defenseless. You are covered, protected, surrounded by my presence. So stand strong, my daughter. Do not let the weight of this world crush you. Do not let fear dictate your future. I have called you to be a light, to be a pillar of faith in your home, to stand as an intercessor for your family. And I promise you, I will not fail you. I will not abandon you. I will not leave your prayers unanswered. Keep pressing in. Keep seeking me. Keep believing. The best is yet to come. My beloved daughter, do you hear me? My voice is calling to you even now, speaking deep into your spirit, reminding you that I am here. I have seen your faithfulness. I have seen your struggles. I have seen the nights you have cried out, the mornings you have woken up weary, but still choosing to pray. I have seen the way you hold your family together when it feels like everything is falling apart. And I tell you, I am strengthening you. I am carrying you. I am moving in ways you do not yet see. The enemy has whispered lies to you, trying to make you believe that your prayers are weak, that your efforts are pointless, that your faith is in vain. But I tell you now, do not listen to the lies. My daughter, your prayers shake the heavens. Your intercession is like a fire burning in the spiritual realm, consuming darkness, pushing back the plans of the enemy. When you stand in prayer, you are not standing alone. I'm standing with you. The angels assigned to your family are moving at my command, waging war against every force that seeks to harm your loved ones. Do not think for a moment that your prayers go unheard. Even when the answer does not come the way you expect, even when the breakthrough seems delayed, even when nothing seems to change, I'm still working. My ways are higher than your ways. My timing is perfect. My plans for you and your family are good. Trust me, even when it is hard. Trust me, even when it hurts. Trust me, even when you feel like giving up. Because I am faithful, and I will never fail you. You have fought many battles in prayer. Some you have seen victory in. Others still feel like they are ongoing, like a war that never ends. But my daughter, do not grow weary. Do not let exhaustion steal your faith. Do not let the weight of the battle make you forget who is fighting for you. I am your defender. I am your strong tower. I am the one who upholds you when your strength is gone. Lean on me. Draw close to me. Let me carry what you cannot. Your children, oh, how I love them. I formed them in the secret place before they ever took their first breath. I wrote their names in my book before the foundations of the world. I have a purpose for them, a calling upon their lives, a destiny that the enemy cannot steal. But my daughter, you must continue to stand in the gap for them. You must continue to intercede for them, covering them in prayer, speaking life over them, declaring my promises over their future. The world will try to pull them away. The enemy will try to deceive them. But your prayers are a shield around them. Your faith is a covering that protects them. Do not stop praying. I know there are times when your children do not listen, when they push back against the truth, when they make choices that break your heart. But do you not see? Even then, I am with them. Even in their rebellion, I am speaking to them. Even in their wandering, I am calling them home. My word planted in their hearts will not be forgotten. The lessons of faith you have taught them will not be lost. I am pursuing them with a love that never fails. Keep trusting me with their lives. Keep surrendering them to my hands. They are mine. I have also seen your struggles in your marriage. The burdens you carry for your husband, the prayers you have whispered in the quiet of the night, the longing in your heart for him to draw closer to me. My daughter, I have heard you. I know the pain of feeling unseen, the loneliness that sometimes creeps in, the desire for unity in your home. I am working in his heart. You may not see the changes yet, but I am softening, shaping, drawing him near. Keep praying for him. Keep loving him with my love. Keep standing in faith because I am the God who restores. I remind you today, my daughter, that you are not just a mother, not just a wife, not just someone in the background of your family's life. You are my chosen one. You are an intercessor. You are a warrior in the spirit. You are the one I have placed in your home to stand on behalf of your family, to be a vessel of my love, to be a light that cannot be hidden. Do not let the enemy make you feel small. Do not let discouragement make you forget who you are. You are my beloved, and I have anointed you for this calling. When you wake up in the morning, let your first words be prayer. When you go about your day, let your heart stay connected to me. When you lie down at night, place your worries in my hands. Make your life a continual conversation with me. I'm always listening. I'm always near. I am your ever-present help, your refuge, your peace. The enemy will try to fill your days with distractions, to keep you so busy that you forget to pray, to keep you so overwhelmed that you stop seeking my face. Do not let him steal your time with me. The most powerful thing you can do for your family is to spend time in my presence. When you pray, you change the atmosphere. When you worship, you break chains. When you speak my word, you release power. Never underestimate what happens when you pray. There will be battles ahead, but do not be afraid. I am with you. There will be challenges, but do not be discouraged. I will strengthen you. There will be moments when you feel like you cannot go on, but I will lift you up. My daughter, hold on to my promises. Stand firm on my word. Keep your eyes fixed on me. I will bless your children. I will guide them on paths of righteousness. I will protect them from the schemes of the enemy. I will draw them close, even when they seem far away. I will fulfill every promise I have spoken over your family. I will bless your marriage. I will restore what is broken. I will bring unity where there has been division. I will fill your home with peace and love. I will bless you. I will pour out my grace upon you. I will give you strength for every day, wisdom for every decision, joy in the midst of every trial. I will be your rock, your shelter, your ever-present help in times of need. Do not give up, my daughter. Do not stop praying. Do not let weariness steal your faith. I am with you. I am for you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. The power of a praying mother is unstoppable. The faith of a woman who trusts in me is unshakable. The love of a mother who intercedes for her family is a force that cannot be broken. You are that mother. You are that woman of faith. You are my daughter, my beloved, my warrior. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep standing. The victory is already won. I am with you always. My beloved daughter, do you truly understand the power of your prayers? Do you realize what happens in the unseen realm when you call upon my name? You are not merely whispering words into the air. You are shaking the foundations of darkness. You are declaring war against the enemy's plans. You are shifting destinies, breaking generational curses, and unlocking doors that no man can shut. When you kneel in prayer, heaven stands at attention. Angels are released at my command. The prayers of a righteous mother avail much. James 5 verse 16. Even when you feel weak, even when you feel your prayers are not eloquent enough, even when all you can do is cry before me, know this: I hear every word. I see every tear. I hold every petition in my hands. I'm the God who never forgets. The prayers you have prayed for your children, for your husband, for your family, they're stored before me like sweet incense rising from the altar. Revelation 5 verse 8. Not one has been lost. Not one has gone unanswered. You may not always see the results immediately, but I am working. My timing is perfect. My ways are beyond understanding, but my promises never fail. Oh, my daughter, how I long for you to see what I see. When you intercede, the enemy trembles. When you declare my word, chains break. When you plead the blood of Jesus over your household, the forces of darkness flee. You are not powerless. You are mighty in my strength. The world may not recognize your power, but the enemy does. That is why he tries so hard to discourage you, to distract you, to make you believe that your prayers don't matter. But I tell you today, your prayers matter more than you know. You're standing in the gap for your family, just as my servant Hannah cried out for her child, and I answered. 1 Samuel 1 verse 27. Just as Jochebed placed Moses in a basket, trusting me for his future, and I raised him up to deliver a nation. Exodus 2 verses 1 to 10. Just as the Syrophoenician mother came to Jesus, pleading for her daughter's healing, and her faith brought deliverance. Mark 7 verses 25 to 30. You, my daughter, are a part of this great legacy of mothers who prayed and saw my power move. There are forces in this world that seek to destroy families, to steal innocence from children, to corrupt the hearts of the young. But I have called you to be a gatekeeper, to stand in prayer as a shield against the enemy's schemes. Every time you declare my name over your household, you fortify the walls of protection. Every time you anoint your home, you mark it as sacred ground. Every time you call upon the blood of Jesus, you place a covering that the enemy cannot penetrate. Do not underestimate the spiritual battles waged in prayer. When you feel weary, when you feel like you are fighting alone, remember this: you are never alone. I am with you. The Holy Spirit is interceding for you with groanings too deep for words. Romans 8 verse 26. Jesus himself is at my right hand, praying for you. Hebrews 7 verse 25. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses who have gone before you, cheering you on in faith. Hebrews 12 verse 1. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are held in the palm of my hand. I see the burdens you carry, the deep fears you do not speak out loud, the secret prayers you whisper in the stillness of the night. I see the moments when you feel like you are failing, when you wonder if you're doing enough. My daughter, rest in me. It is not your strength that will save your family. It is mine. It is not your perfection that will hold everything together. It is my grace. Surrender the weight of it all to me. Let me carry what you cannot. Trust in my word. Stand firm on my promises. Speak life over your home. Declare my protection over your children. Call forth blessings upon your marriage. Worship even in the storm. Praise me even when the answers have not yet come. This is faith, the kind of faith that moves mountains, the kind of faith that shakes the enemy's camp, the kind of faith that pleases my heart. Hebrews 11 verse 6. And oh, how I delight in you, my daughter. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are my beloved, my treasure, my warrior. Every moment you spend in my presence, I am pouring strength into you. Every prayer you pray, I am working behind the scenes. Every tear you cry, I am collecting and turning into a testimony. The prayers of a mother never die. Even when you have left this world, your prayers will continue to bear fruit. The seeds you plant today will grow into mighty trees of faith for generations to come. Your children's children will be blessed because of your faithfulness. Your family line will be marked by my favor because you stood in the gap. Do not stop praying. Do not stop believing. Do not stop contending for the promises I've given you. The enemy's attacks may increase, but my power is greater. The darkness in the world may grow, but my light shines brighter. The burdens may feel heavier, but my grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. The power of a praying mother is unstoppable. Your prayers are writing the history of your family's destiny. Your intercession is creating testimonies that will be spoken of for generations. Keep pressing in. Keep seeking me. Keep declaring my word. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew 28 verse 20. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. I am the God who sees you. Genesis 16 verse 13. I am the God who answers. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. I am the God who is faithful. 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 3. Rise up, my daughter. Stand in your authority. Walk in the anointing I have placed upon you. You are my warrior. You are my intercessor. You are my beloved. And in the days to come, you will see the fruit of your prayers. You will witness my hand moving in ways beyond what you have imagined. You will rejoice in the miracles unfolding in your family. For I am not done with you. I am not done with your children. I am not done with your household. My plans for you are greater than you can comprehend. My love for you is deeper than you can grasp. My power in you is stronger than you have yet realized. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Victory is already yours. I am with you. I am for you. I love you with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31 verse 3.